Hello everyone, this is Fletcher Fox, and welcome to Fletcher Plays Thief Gold. This is the, of course, Thief Gold being the updated re-release of Thief the Dark Project, which was released around the same time as Thief 2. This is honestly one of my favorite games ever. I first heard about it. I wasn't actually a fan of it when it came out. For one thing, then I was a very small child. I actually found out about it through a friend's recommendation of Dishonored that took me on a little stroll through Wikipedia that got me to here. I was actually a pretty big fan of System Shock 2 before that, long before that. So that's kind of one of the things that got me interested in Thief and got me to play it, and I'm so glad I did. So I figured, you know, what better way to start off my channel than with a playthrough of one of my favorite games ever. I'm kind of padding this episode because this is going to be a very short episode. The second one, not so much. This playthrough, I'm going to do normal. Normal difficulty, and I might do a playthrough on Expert later. Do what I call the Master Thief Challenge, where if you die, it ends. You just can't continue. Game over. And you can only save at the very beginning of missions. But that aside, let's begin.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man.
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone.
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
I love those cutscenes. Anyway, yep, that's why this is going to be a short episode. This is the tutorial mission. Pretty short, pretty simple, but I always play it because they tied it into the plot pretty well. Especially when you get to Thief 3, it really comes full circle. So, let's do this.
Welcome, young Garrett.
Hello, Artemis.
In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive.
Okay.
Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
So this is the Keeper compound, specifically the Keeper library and training facility. The Keepers are kind of an ancient organization dedicated to keeping the peace, keeping balance between the many factions within the city. That all comes up later, and when I get to Thief 3, you'll learn more about that, maybe. But for now, they're not terribly important. But they train the main character, Garrett, in the art of stealth, which is important.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
One of the things that really sets this game apart from its contemporaries is that it's got a very heavy focus on stealth. So things like lighting and sound are very important, where in other games they weren't as much.
Well done. I did not
So,
see you approach.
had I
Open
stepped
this
into the
door to
light
continue. When the door is
at
near
any
the
point,
center of
he
your
would have
screen,
seen me and
it
I
will
would have had
light
to
up,
start over.
indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them. Good. Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
I always loved this corridor. It's a very nice corridor. This challenge is stupidly easy. It's the
Now
test
you
of
must learn
silence.
to move quietly.
You gotta
Some
move
surfaces
quietly
are louder
across
than
the
others when
room.
walked upon.
90%
and
of
moving
the room
quickly
is
makes
carpeted.
more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
So yeah, carpet doesn't make much noise. Metal plating does. So I'm going to avoid that. I would just step on it to let you hear what it sounds like, but you're going to hear a lot of it later. I'm just going to finish the challenge.
Very good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
Look at this shadowy
Beyond
guy.
this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
Alright then. This is where things get fun. I get a sword and a bow. One of them is the single most important tool in the game.
Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice.
Tile is the single worst surface to walk on in this game.
Ready
I
your
hate
bow.
tile.
Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets. Good shot.
Nice.
Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
So just a little bit more target practice. Let me see if I can hit the bullseye on the smallest target. I've gotten pretty good at it, having played for years. Okay. I went a little too high, bring it down just a little, right about there. Did I get it? Let's see. Yeah, I did. I'm like on the edge, but I got it. I've gotten pretty good at archery in these games over the years. I've played through them like a dozen times each. So, and the bow is probably the single most important tool in the entire game. You use it for just about everything. So, yeah, I'd say I'm getting pretty good at this whole archery thing. I say as I miss a shot. A little higher this time because I'm farther away. A little lower. I don't usually waste arrows that much. Usually I can do what I need to do with one arrow. I get the feeling there's going to be a montage somewhere in here of me missing a whole bunch of shots, just a crap ton of shots missed over the course of like 3, 4, maybe even 5 Thief games. There haven't been 5, but there's a little something I want to show you guys later. Anyway, what was I supposed to do? Training dummy? I think it's that next.
Swing at the target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy.
So here's something that a lot of people don't know. This game did not actually start out as the game it became. And I realize that seems like kind of an obvious thing. Most games work that way. But what this was going to be was, it was going to be called Dark Camelot. And it was kind of an Arthurian Legends type thing where I believe Mordred was the protagonist and King Arthur was a tyrant and Merlin was a mad scientist and all that good stuff going on. and what its main focus was going to be was swordplay. But this game engine doesn't do swordplay very well. It does it better than quite a few game engines, but it doesn't do it very well, because you literally just have that, I think that, and that.
Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your
It's
partner,
not very good for
sparring
swordplay.
area.
But that's kind of why they made it about a thief. Because he's not a knight or an assassin or anything. He's not great with a sword. He's great at not being discovered and not having to use a sword. So they kind of glossed over the whole fact that their game engine was terrible for the thing it was made for by making a stealth game. So let me just show you some swordplay here. You ready?
Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When you are done, leave the sparring area.
But in any part of the game but the tutorial, I would be dead by now. Garrett is not a great sword fighter. And I will admit, the swordplay is a lot better than most engines of the day could have done, but it's no Star Wars.
That's enough sparring for today. Please walk over to the table.
Okay.
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on, young Garrett? Please pick up all of the items on this table.
Apple! Hey, Apple. Apple! I'm making Astif movie jokes. I should stop. A healing potion and a key.
Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door.
I recently had to uninstall and reinstall these games because I was screwing around with the files and accidentally ruined them. So the keybinds are not quite right. But I can fix that between episodes. It's not a big deal. I mean,
the door is locked, but the key from the table will open
don't
it.
just
To unlock the
tell
door,
me the
select the
door's
key
locked.
in your inventory.
Let me
Center
try the
on
door
screen
first.
until it
Come
lights
on,
up.
Artemis.
Then use the key on the door.
How little faith do you have in me that you assume I wouldn't be able to tell a door is locked by walking up to it and trying the handle? Come on, man.
Good. Now head down this hallway
Also,
to get to your next test.
That is a little confusing. This door has a handle, and yet it slides up into the ceiling? What? What's going on there? Like, that should not be how this door works. Especially considering that that gap is not nearly wide enough for that door's handle. Can I see that door's handle? Yeah, I see it. Kind of. Barely. Anyway, enough talking about the door. Listen to the loud clickety-clacking of my shoes. What is... Garrett, are you wearing tap shoes? Somebody needs to, like, do a tap dancing thing with Garrett. Like an animation of him tap dancing through a mansion, stealing everything. Anyway.
Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it.
You're not gonna give me any more? Okay.
Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream. Good jump.
Thank you. I feel like he should say more here, but I mean, players are smart. They'll figure, just keep going forward.
This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. Good job. I'm most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
Don't go through the red door, Jen! A lot of my humor is referential, in case you haven't already realized, from both this video alone, where I've made references to Astif movie and the IT crowd, and all of my last channel, where pretty much every single sentence out of my mouth was some sort of reference to something. I'm not just gonna end it here. I want a few more minutes on this episode. So, swimming. That's a thing he didn't cut. Also, what the hell is this? Oops. It's kind of a cool detail. I didn't even know you could do that kind of thing in this engine. They kind of have these different stone materials kind of set into each other. I've never noticed that. Learn something new every day. That's cool. That's a nice little detail that I can't believe I missed. But anyway, swimming. So here, Garrett is a child, or a teen, so he's immortal. Because, you know, teenagers are immortal. Remember, kids, if you're under the age of 18, you're immortal. You can do stupid stuff all you want, and not suffer any consequences. This is terrible advice. Never take my advice. Okay, maybe not never, but don't take that blatantly terrible advice. It will not get you far. It will get you in a pine box 6 feet under the ground. Anyway, that's literally all there is to this. It's just a tutorial. It's a tutorial that kind of fits into the plot loosely. Fits in a lot better in Thief 3, honestly, but, time to do the one thing we're not supposed to do. Go through the red door. Actually, we are supposed to do it because this is Thief, not the IT crowd. But anyway, through the door. Let's open it.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
If I hurry, I can get some gold or coin. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, this has been episode 1. It was quite a brief one, but that's the episode. I will see you in episode 2. Oh, but first, let's look at some stats. 14 minutes and 4 seconds. So this episode's probably a little over 16 minutes total. Not bad. That'll do. It's not a bad length for an episode. My next few episodes are going to be a lot worse. They're going to be long, because I'm doing it 1 episode per mission, 1 mission per episode. Some of these missions are stupidly long. Like the Thieves Guild. I love the Thieves Guild, but it's a terrible, terrible mission. And most fans, even the most hardcore of Thief fans, think it's unnecessary and wish it never existed. I am not one of those people, but it is a bad mission. As much as I love it, it's bad. But that's much later. I will see you in the next episode, and hopefully I'll continue to be at least as interesting as I was in this one, if I was at all interesting. I honestly don't know. I am the worst judge of that. But enough of my rambling. Let's just... Okay, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Farewell. Whatever. Hey everyone, this has been Fletcher Fox. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want notifications every time I post a new video, click the little bell next to the subscribe button. Be sure to check out the rest of my channel for more Let's Play videos, and I will see you next time.